Yo, Ringo TV reactions. We're back again with another one. That's right. Top of the morning, let's get down to business. We got work to do. TAKEOFF, alleged shooter Patrick Xavier Clark faced a judge. Allegedly planned to flee to Mexico. We got to talk about it because, my stream last night was epic. We brought out a lot of information regarding the case, a lot of details. We asked a lot of questions. But now we got to ask a little bit more. We got to find out a little bit more details because now we see dude pretty much facing the judge right now. And you got all of these officers chaperoning him around. That's not normal standard procedure. It's very weird how they all got their faces covered up. It's just, things just don't look right, man. I mean, this world is very evil, but it is what it is, Shout out to everybody in the chat, what's going on? See everybody coming in. Oh, so you didn't watch the live stream that I did? Hey, you missed an epic show. You got to make sure you watch the first one so you could be updated on what's going on. But right now, they pretty much got him facing the judge to find out what's going on. But before we get into this particular footage, before we take a look at what's going on here, I want to talk about a few things that I was talking about in my last stream. So I want to get into that right now. So you already done know how we do, right? So now what I want to talk about first, right, is last night I was talking about how I believe that Mr. Clark is the fall guy. He's the guy that they put to take the rap. Because Junior, if he get caught up in the mix, he's gonna go away for a long time because his hands is already dirty. So now I want to bring out some clues. I want to bring something out that I was talking about last night. You ain't gonna find this nowhere else. Only exclusive here on Ringo TV Reactions. Exclusive. Right? So now let's bring out this thing right here real quick. All right, now we got some details. Now, on the screen, we got an image, right? I know it's blurry, but follow me. I got the names of everybody pinned up so that you can pretty much see all the party. Now, in this particular image, I want you to understand exactly what was going on. I want you to understand the placement of everybody. We see Quavo, right? I'm gonna use this thing here as some sort of cursor so that you can follow me. So I'm gonna use my little fair use thing here. We see Quavo over here. Now, where Quavo is standing, he's standing next to the railing. The bowling alley entrance door is on this side, right? Migo Bands is in the middle of the walk path. So Quavo is over here, right? You see how this works? TAKEOFF is right there. You see the glasses, the dark shades? That's TAKEOFF right there. We got Chucky Man down there. We got the white hoodie dude right here, which was clearly somebody that Quavo was arguing with. Quavo was arguing with this dude. Mike Prince is right there in the middle, in front of Migo Bands. Mike Prince is in the middle. But look over here, we got Clark. Yeah, we got Clark in the photo. He's right there. There go Clark. But now, here's the problem. Here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. how exactly could Clark's gun point at Takeoff to kill him when, number one, we don't see no gun? Because when you roll back the footage, when you play back the footage, there is no signs, number one, of Clark holding a gun. There's no signs of Lil Cam holding a gun. So how is it that Mr. Clark was charged with murder and Lil Cam walks away and they just claim, oh, he was charged with 2 counts of possession of a gun? Right? But now, again, ladies and gentlemen, follow me. Follow the points. Now, if Quavo is on this side by the railing, we see Takeoff is on the side of the railing, right? Now remember, in the walkthrough video that I showed you, there's nowhere to go. When you go all the way back there by that back wall, you got to go all the way back, follow the fair use thing. You got to walk all the way down, and that's a long stretch. So if Migo Bands got his gun out and everybody already done duck and the shooter is shooting, Migo Bands would have a clear sight on who the person is. Not only that, in order for the person to get out of there, there's no exit back here. They would have to walk all the way down here, turn, go around here, and then come up this side on the other side where the cameras were. You see that? Which mean if they were on this side, Migo Bands would be shooting like this and then shooting this way. So now let's put the clues together. If this guy, if Clark is the shooter and he was shooting, there's no way for him to escape. He can't walk past Migo Bands. So he would have to go down this way by the wall. But now if he go this way and continue to shoot, now it'll be a shootout between Migo Bands and Clark, if Clark was the shooter. You see that? That would place Takeoff in the crossfire. But now, here's the thing. Yes, it would place Takeoff in the crossfire, which means there would be 2 guns that Takeoff would have got hit with. But now here's the problem. If Clark was the alleged shooter, that means everybody there know who he is. Right? So how did the Houston PD, how were they able to pin the murder on him? How were they able to say he did it if they don't have no footage? Because they didn't show no footage. So how are we to just believe what they just said to us? How do we just believe that? Because they said it? Where's the proof? How do we know? People were blaming Chucky. People were like, yeah, Chucky did it. The little short fella right there. But see now, if you look at Migo Bands, his eye is on the right side of the screen. He's not focused on the left side. He's focused on the right side. So his eyes is possibly looking at 3 guys or possibly more. Now remember, right next to Takeoff is the Shakur guy, the boxer. So if these bullets are just rolling all over the place, then surely the boxer would get shot too. So this whole situation is one big setup. One big setup when you really think about it. See, I had to bring this out because a lot of people are talking, but they're not bringing out no info to give us the placement where the shooters was. Now, if you've been following the last stream that I did, remember the reporter asked the chief at what placement was Clark where the shooting took place. In other words, where was his position in the video so that we can know if he actually did it? Remember? And what did the chief do? The chief ignored the question. The chief ignored the question. You know why? Because he didn't want to tell you this that you see on the screen. The truth of the matter is Clark was on the right side near the door area, as you can see. Do you understand? He was not on the side where Takeoff is. He's here. Takeoff is over here. Quavo is over here. When Quavo walked off, Quavo walked out of the frame. He was way ahead. So if Clark had a beef, and it had to do with the argument between Quavo and whoever, why would he be pointing a gun at Takeoff? He would be pointing his gun towards Quavo. But then he would have to go at it with Migo Bands. But then let's play devil's advocate. How do we know that Migo Bands was there to protect Quavo and Takeoff? How do we know that? Because remember, in the car, Jazz Prince was in the car, in the front driving, with the burner on the side. Migo Bands was locked and loaded in the back seat. So you had shooters in the car while Quavo was filming. If you notice, Takeoff was not with the crew. Takeoff was not with them. Because Quavo is more cool with Jazz Prince. He's more cool with Migo Bands, but we didn't see Takeoff with them brothers. Why? I don't know why. But what I do know is that based on the placement of these brothers, it's very evident that Clark was on this end. So why would he pull out a gun, shoot Takeoff, and then Migo Bands don't take him out? Let that make sense. Now keep this in mind. These brothers are standing right next to each other, so they can see everybody's faces. Everybody can see each other's faces. So it's not like nobody don't know who the shooter is. It's not like nobody don't know or didn't see nothing. Remember, if Migo Bands is supposed to be a shooter, then see, he's supposed to have some sort of street IQ of recognizing the temperature in the room. He's supposed to be looking at faces, no different than when you boxing. When you boxing, you got to understand the movement. You got to understand the eye contact, because it'll let you know where that next punch is coming from. Do you understand me? The way the boxer is standing, you would be able to know when the next punch is coming if you're trained. So, just like that, if you're in the streets and you're a shooter, you're supposed to be able to read the temperature and recognize who's looking funny, who's a possible brother with a gun. Now think about that position. Remember, I wouldn't say all, because I can't say that. Let's just say J. Prince Jr.'s alleged people that was there had firearms on them. And you know good and well that the only way you could come into that private party with your burner is you had to get that sanctioned and approved by J. Prince Jr. Right? So none of them brothers can't walk up in there with a burner to spoil the party. So they were all locked and loaded. Remember, the chief claimed that Lil Cam had a gun on him the night Takeoff got murdered. How did the chief know that? How? Did he go into his pocket to find the gun? How could the chief know that Lil Cam had a gun. He claimed that an eyewitness came forward. But that's a lie, because based on the testimony of the same chief, he said no one at that private party came forward to talk about nothing. So what witness is the chief talking about? Do you understand? What witness came forward to snitch on Lil Cam? And if Lil Cam had a gun on him, whose gun was it? Because we know Lil Cam's broke. Lil Cam is a bum. We know that. Getting caught with fake IDs, robbing cars, and all of that nonsense. But for some odd reason, he was invited to this high-profile dice game party. And he's 22 years old. But yet the other day, when Duke the Jeweler got gunned down, he was there with Junior. So let me get this straight. So wherever a brother die, we see J Prince Jr. and we see Lil Cam. So it's very clear that Lil Cam is under the watchful protection of mob ties. You see that? Are you putting the puzzle together, fam? Are you seeing what they don't want you to see? I'm trying to give you the game. I'm trying to show you what's going on. Lil Cam is being protected by mob ties. How you think they hired the attorneys for him? He had 2 attorneys. How you broke and you got 2 attorneys? He ain't have no public defender. Nah, he had some good money that paid for them attorneys to clear his name. Why? Because somebody snitched. Somebody dropped dime on Lil Cam, said that he had a gun on him that night. That's why he got arrested. But mob ties allegedly didn't want to see Lil Cam go to jail because they knew a young, thin, Prince-o-looking brother like him would be destroyed in prison. They'll have him washing drawers, and eventually he gonna talk. And he gonna give up mob ties, he gonna give up the Prince family, he gonna give up everybody. So they had to protect their investment. They had to protect their investment. So they allegedly hired 2 attorneys to clear his name. So now, although they clearing his name, he's still being charged. But I can guarantee you he gonna walk. He ain't gonna spend not one day in no prison cell. Do you understand me? But now what's interesting about this case is that Clark, all of a sudden now, Clark is being charged with murder when we don't have no video footage to show that he killed anybody. Now, why is that? How is it that this man is over here and he shot this man over here over a dice game when TAKEOFF was not playing dice? If anybody was supposed to get shot that night, it was supposed to be Quavo. So why wasn't the shooters focused on Quavo? And if these are the shooters, right, allegedly, why is it that after the smoke cleared, the aftermath, why nobody came up from behind Quavo and put a bullet in his head? You know why? I'm gonna tell you why, and I know you're gonna get mad. Because Quavo is allegedly a part of the setup. I don't think nobody's reading the temperature. Listen, people, if this was about an argument, if this was about a beef, they would have took Quavo out. If this was about disrespect and the goons felt like Quavo is being disrespectful to the crew, they would have smoked him. The streets don't forgive disrespect. So if this was about Quavo being disrespectful and they beefing and arguing over a dice game, trust and believe they would have made an example out of Quavo. Why pick on an innocent brother that had nothing to do with the dice game? Answer that question. It doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you what happened, fam. These type of setups happen in the streets a lot, especially in the projects, in the hood. A lot of times, dudes will be lining you up. You about to check out. You don't even know that. And when people start crowding around like this is a key formula of setting a brother up. They create this type of perimeter where you sort of like boxed in. You thinking that, you safe, but you don't realize that all these cats is in on it. And they'll create a little diversion, little argument, little something. You post up listening to it, thinking, hey, I'm listening to the argument. But the whole time they lining you up to take you out. This was a setup. Point blank, period. And now Clark is the fall guy. Now, if y'all been following my streams, I've been telling y'all that eventually what's gonna happen, because remember, y'all gotta peep the game. Junior over here, right? Let me get Junior in frame. Hold on a second. Gotta make sure Junior could be seen. Yeah. Junior, see how Junior is looking at them? Because he know I'm on to them. I'm pretty much on point. Junior, if he get caught involved in any gun business or any sort of drama, he going back to prison. You know what I mean? So Senior don't want his son getting implicated in this drama. So the gun that Lil Cam had on him, if you notice, when the reporter asked, whose gun was that? Where did he get the gun? Notice, the chief avoided the question. He avoided answering it. You know why? Because in order for a broke bum that have issues with a fake ID, he's 22 years old with a fucking fake ID. What grown man at 22 years old has a fake ID? Now, if you got a fake ID, you can't get no burner. You can't buy one. So that means somebody had to give you one. So when you put that all together and you see that this young brother is there with mob ties, then that means whoever gave him that gun, allegedly that gun is tied to mob ties. That is why the chief avoided the question during the press conference, because he is trying his best not to implicate J. Prince Jr. in any involvement in this ordeal. If you've been following all the streams, fam, I've been very thorough with you in terms of details. At no point did you hear the chief of police utter the name mob ties, J. Prince Jr., the Prince family, nothing. Never. The so-called chief never even uttered Quavo's name. Not one time did he utter Migo bands. Why? Why are all these guys being protected? But the only names they seem to know is Lil Cam and Clark. Well, how they know this? How they know these names? How they know these names, but they don't got the names of all the other people that were in attendance at the party? put the pieces together. Bars. Because they said nobody came forward to testify. So how they got all these names? And who pointed them out? See, this is what happened. There's a possibility that somebody that was there snitched on Lil Cam by saying he had a gun on him that night. And because of that informant, law enforcement moved in on Lil Cam, and Lil Cam was nervous. And Junior was like, nah, we can't afford to let young brother get caught up because he's gonna rat all of us out. So we gotta bail him out. We gotta get him out of this one. Hey, yo, Clark, you're gonna have to take the fall for this, bro. What do you mean? I'm just a DJ. You're gonna have to take the fall for this, fam. We can't let this young brother go because he a part of my team. He been here longer than you. Because remember, the chief was asked the question, was Clark invited to the private party? And what did the chief do? That's what he did. He stayed quiet. The chief never answered the question regarding was Clark invited to the party. He avoided the question. Because if Clark was invited to the party, he could only get that invite from J. Prince Jr. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find no content like this. You ain't gonna find this. So let's get those likes up, fam. Got 300 in the building, only 84 likes. Let's get them likes up so we can get more people in here. They need to hear this. So Clark was invited to the party. You couldn't get to a private party unless you got invited. How in the world are you gonna tell me a bunch of people just sort of walked into a party and they're not invited? No, J. Prince Jr. knew everybody in attendance because all the invites is on his phone. So he knew who was invited. So why the chief of police didn't acknowledge the question by saying, yeah, J. Prince Jr. invited them? He kept his mouth shut. Listen, fam, I'm just reading the temperature of the room. I got the eyes to see. I got the ears that can hear. I'm able to decipher things. I'm able to pinpoint the details and put the puzzles together. And what I'm seeing here is clearly a Fall Guy situation where a brother allegedly was paid a bag. Probably his family's gonna be taken care of while he take the fall for the crime. Because when you really think about it, if you really think about this, because everybody there had guns on them and guns was blazing, based on all those shells, all of those guys are supposed to be ID'd already. So if Migo Bands was busting off shots, they got his prints and they got the shells. So why isn't he being charged for murder based on the RICO? Why? I'll tell you why. Because Migo Bands is allegedly down with mob ties, and that's the last thing they're gonna allow. A lot of people got paid that night to stay quiet, including Clark, allegedly. Because you saw him in the court. He stayed quiet. If a man was innocent and he had no part to deal with this, he would have been flipping out. We're not saying that he the shooter, but what I'm saying is he's the fall guy. Y'all gotta understand, there's a lot of people that do this. In the hood, this happens all the time. Somebody will take the fall. Normally, they get a younger brother that could do the bid. Whether it's a 10-year bid, 15-year bid, they don't care. And they promise the young brother, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna make sure you good. You know what I mean? Just take this bid, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? We're gonna make sure you right in there. Why? Because he's protecting the business. He's protecting the brand. So your boy Clark probably don't got much to live for. Probably don't got a lot of things going on in his life. Probably got a lot of bills, a lot of struggles, family struggling. But he was offered some bread, allegedly. And he probably just took the fall. He said, okay, cool. I'll take the fall. I could do the bid. Y'all gonna make sure my family good? We got you, bro. Your family gonna be good. Gonna put about 20 million or 10 million in that bank. They good. Your kids gonna be good. My word, fam. Just take this fall for my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my son going to prison. Allegedly. You understand? That's what went down, fam. You gotta peep the game for what it is. At no time during this entire investigation have you heard the chief of police or the mayor talking about the Prince family, Prince Sr., Prince Jr., Mike Prince, Jazz Prince. You ain't hear no mention of these people. You see that? They didn't mention their names. All they said it was a private party. But did they say who was the one throwing the party? Normally when there's a murder and there's a party, they'll want to find out who was the one that was hosting the party. They didn't even mention the names of the Prince family. Now, what kind of investigation is this where you don't even acknowledge the fact that Jay Prince Jr., Jazz Prince, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm correct, wasn't it Jazz Prince's birthday? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm right. Put a 2 in the chat if I'm wrong. Was it Jay Prince, Jazz Prince birthday? So it was Jazz Prince. Okay, so all right, so we have the people in the chat saying it was Jazz Prince, right? Let me see. Some people said they don't know. Well, I'm just gonna go with that. We're just gonna say one of the Prince brothers, because I don't want, well, the majority of people said one. So, hey, they would know what's going on. If you're in the now, you know what's going on, right? So now, why the investigators are not focused on the Prince family? You see? Why they not focused on them? And remember, in the beginning of the first press conference, remember the chief talked about how he know these rappers and he know what's going on. The truth is he allegedly know Prince Sr. Remember, Prince Sr. is in these streets. They about similar age group. So you already done know he know Prince Sr. and he don't want no smoke. He don't want no problems. You know what I mean? There's a lot of money involved. A lot of family ties, you know what I'm saying? You'll mess up a lot of lives. A lot of lives will be all messed up. So the chief had to play his position, do what he had to do. You understand? They were not gonna let Lil Cam take the fall because, again, we don't know who shot Takeoff. We don't know that because we don't have video that show who put the bullets in his body. We don't got that information. But we do know that it was definitely somebody connected to mob ties. Oh yeah. You see what I'm saying? Dion said it was Jazz Prince's birthday, but Prince Jr. was there. Yeah, he was the one that walked past. He walked right past Takeoff's dead body. He ain't pay no mind. He didn't care. He did not even care. You understand? Craziness, man. Because they were all chilling before they went there. They were all hanging out, smoking weed and chilling in the 5th Ward, remember? So they were getting lit, celebrating, riding around the city with burners. And then they went to roll some dice, gamble a little bit, little private party. But now, again, if you think about the positioning, if you think about this positioning, and I don't know if I can bring it up. Let me see. I don't know if I can do this real quick, but I want to see if I can do this. Kind of looking for something real fast. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I don't know if I got the info. Hold on a second. Kind of looking for some stuff here. I want to see if I can find what I'm looking for. Because I like to prove my points. I like to prove my points with details so I can show people what's really going on, man. Because this is serious business. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are deceived and they don't understand what's happening. Well, I'm trying to see if I can find this footage. Let me see. Probably gonna have to do that in another video. But then again, I think I got it. Let me see. It's probably in this folder here. Let me see. It's probably in this folder. Just give me a second. I'm looking through a folder. I want to find something. Because it'll help. It'll definitely help. I want to find that walkthrough. That walkthrough footage. Very important. Got so many files, man. It's just a mess. I got too much damn information. Let me see. I don't think it's here. Because when I did that walkthrough, I think that was like a week ago. I don't see it. You know what? I think I know what folder it's in now. I think I know what folder it's in. It gotta be in this folder here. Aha. All right. I think this is it. Let me see. Yeah. This is it. All right, cool. All right, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right. All right. All right, now. Let me drag this into the video. Right, I'm gonna take this volume off real quick. You'll still be able to hear me, but the main volume, you're not gonna hear that because I'm gonna take the volume off. But you'll be able to hear my voice still. Right? Let me see. Put a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. I just want to make sure to see if the output is separate where you can still hear me. If nobody don't put a 1 in the chat, that means nobody can't hear me. All right, y'all can still hear me? Okay, good. All right, so now let me drag this into the video, right? Let me see. All right, take this here. Pause that. Now, all right, this is, let me see. All right, this is the crime scene. So let me take this volume down, right? And now, let me see. All right, everything should be good now. I'm not gonna keep the volume on that particular clip, but I wanna use this to illustrate my point. I want to make you understand what's going on here. So let me build this case so you can see what's happening, right? Let's put this here so we can see what's going on. See, again, when I do my content, I got to make sure that everything is on point for you. Now, if you look where they're standing, right, it's very evident what's going on. So now let's play the tape and see what's happening here, right? Now remember the positioning where they're standing. I need for you to understand that, man. Serious business, man. All right? Now you see where all the people standing. You see like how they leaning against the railing? That's where Quavo was, right? Let's keep going. You see the back wall? Now look, if I could just pause it right there. You see that's the entrance area. This area over here. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. Let me get this window closed. All right. All right. You see this? This is the entrance of the bowling alley right here. That's the entrance. This guy here was facing this way. Clark was on this side over here. Let me make this a little smaller so we kind of get it. This is the entrance into the bowling alley over here. Clark was somewhere right here, right around here. The guy in the white hoodie was somewhere right here. Takeoff was on this side over here near the railing. Quavo was in front of him about 3 feet. About 3 feet in front of him. So they were on the side of the railing. Now, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this and use logic, right? If somebody is shooting a gun, and they're back here, where they gonna go? They can't run back in here. So where they gonna go? So if Migo Bands have his gun, he would be shooting that person, right? Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? Let me open this thing up for you. Let me see this. Look. Think about what I'm saying. Check this out now. Again, we breaking this thing down for you, right? Let me do this thing real quick. Remember, Migo Bands is standing right around here somewhere. Takeoff is over here by the railing. Quavo is somewhere over here. Clark is over here somewhere. White hoodie guy is over here. You had people post up standing on this side and by the door. If Clark is over here and Clark started shooting, Clark couldn't run in here because the video would have showed him run in there. At no point did we see Clark run back in here. So only way to go is back here, and there's a dead end back there. You would have to go all the way back, walk around. Let's let the video play. Let's break this thing down for you. See? That's the entrance right there. So Clark would have had to run. But now think about this. Migo Bands would be chasing him. Migo Bands didn't chase nobody. So where would Clark run if Clark is the shooter? Where will Lil Cam run if Lil Cam is the shooter? You'll be running into a damn wall, right? But now here's the thing. Check it out. Check it out, because some people say, oh, what if he jump over the railing? Well, that's 3 stories down to your death. See that? You have to go around. You see that? You have to go around. And all these doors were locked. It wasn't like you could go hide out in some door. You would have to go all the way around. You see that? You see that? You would have to literally go through here. You would have to run this way and then go this way and go back up that way, which means you're going to get caught on all those cameras, right? And they would shoot you. Migo Bands and everybody else would be there with their guns to shoot you. So what's really going on here? This was an inside job, ladies and gentlemen, an inside job. You understand? Let's break this thing down. Let's go. You ain't gonna find no content like this nowhere on YouTube. Trust and believe that. See this? Now look at that angle right there. You see that? That's a beautiful angle to show you. If Migo Bands is shooting towards this angle, then the shooter would have to run this way. He would have to go around and then go back around, putting himself in harm's way of being shot. But now let's look at this thing from another angle. Let's just play devil's advocate, right? What if Clark ran down this way and was shooting from the other side, and that placed Takeoff in the crossfire? That could be a scenario, but it wouldn't make no sense. You know why? Because for him to run all the way down, come around this side, like, look at this. If he came here, right? If Clark ran down here like this and then ran around this side and started popping off this way, he would have no time to do it. Takeoff was already shot. Takeoff already had a bullet in his head already. So there would be no time for him to do that. So that crosses out that scenario. There would have been no time. Takeoff was already shot in the head. So who was shooting who? If Clark was the shooter, then that would imply that Migo Bands was shooting after Clark. Well, how come Clark didn't get hit? And how come Migo Bands didn't get hit? Come on, people. This was an inside job. They all in on it, allegedly. Bars. You understand? Are you following? It's crazy, man. Let's go. But notice this door right here. Notice this door. That door goes right back into the bowling alley. That door right there goes back into the bowling alley. So if somebody did run down this way, they would just go right back into the bowling alley. But that's if the door was open. Do you understand? But now, why would a shooter come down this way and then go back in here and hide out? We would know who did it. You see how that works? So if you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the shooter couldn't have gone this way, went around. He couldn't have come from up here and come down and then go this way and then went around and went down that way to leave. If a shooter was here, he had to come this way and go into this door, which would place him back in the bowling alley. Which means that would be mob ties people. You see that? Because based on the video footage, we didn't see no Clark running in no door here. So where he disappeared to if he was behind him? Where did he disappear to? Where did Shakur disappear to? Where did the boxer disappear to? Everybody disappeared. So it could be a possibility if there was a bunch of shots, it had to go this way and somebody probably ran in here. But if they ran in here, they would have got shot in the back. Who was Migo Band shooting? Because the police chief is not talking about that. Nobody then even talking about Migo Bands, and he had a gun on camera. Even TMZ listed him as a man of interest. So where's the investigation on Migo Bands? Come on, man, inside job. Y'all can't peep it? See that? See this? Where's the bullet holes on the door? Like, what's going on here? Where's the damage? That door was most likely locked. So that's not an exit point. Now, in my last stream, when I did the walkthrough, I was talking about broken glass and all that other stuff. Some people came in there to do damage control saying, oh, they fixed the glass. It was boarded up. They fixed the glass and all this other nonsense. I don't believe none of that. I don't believe none of that. We heard shots. And think about it. Look at the railing. See the railing? So the cameras is on this side. Let me show you the cameras. The cameras is here. Right there. Where I have the fair use. Camera 1, camera 2. The cameras are facing right across from the site where the brother got killed. That's where the cameras are. You know? Check them out. See that? See the cameras right there? Camera, boom, camera, boom. Why they don't got footage to show us? Come on. Where's the footage? They don't got no footage to show us, right? So you telling me none of these cameras work in the facility? Let's go. You see this? You see how small that walk path is? There's nowhere for you to run. If somebody's busting shots at you, they're gonna shoot you in your back. Period. Look where the cop the so-called security, look where he's standing. That's around the same spot where Takeoff was standing. Come on, fam, put the puzzle together, man. We doing work. We working. It's amazing. The cop is standing right where Takeoff was standing. Takeoff was standing in the same spot. The same spot. So now let's do this. Let's do some math, right? Check this out. You see where the cop is? That's where Takeoff was. Takeoff was standing right there where the cop is. Takeoff right there. That's where he was. Quavo was in the front. Quavo already walked off a frame. Before the shooting started, Quavo was out. Quavo left. He was already walking fast. And Takeoff didn't follow him. Takeoff stayed standing. Remember, Takeoff was high, smoked out. You know what I mean? He was smoked out. But now check it out. White hoodie was right around here somewhere. Clark was over here somewhere on this side. So why would a gun be pointed this way at Takeoff? Why would Clark shoot him this way? Why the police chief didn't bring out all this information when he was asked? Think about this, fam. We got to put it together. We got to put the puzzle together, man, for Takeoff, bro. Check it out. Right? Let me get my thing. Okay, boom. Takeoff right here. Shakur guy is somewhere standing right next to him. Remember, Shakur was next to him. So on this side right here, where I'm pointing at, would be where Clark is. Migo Bands is in the front over here. So how could Clark's gun go this way, shooting that way for if Takeoff is over there walking in the front? That makes no sense. They targeted Takeoff. Takeoff. Takeoff was a target, bro. There's no way around this, man. They wasn't gunning for Quavo. That was a diversion. They created a diversion to take out Takeoff, bro. I'm putting it together. Blood sacrifice, fam. There's no way around it. Let's go. See that? Now we even a little closer now. Now think about this, fam. The door is right there, right? The door is over here. You had a pile of people piled up right here. That's the diversion they created. Technically speaking, Takeoff had nowhere to run. Takeoff was next to this railing. He was boxed in. All of Mob Ty's shooters was all around. Takeoff was boxed in. He had no chance. He had nowhere to go. You understand? Look at the size of this particular dude here and think about all the guys piled up right here. You see that? Matter of fact, Quavo was in the same spot that the officer is in, right there, arguing while the other guy was standing here. Mike Prince was in the middle, mediating the entire argument. You see that? So why would a gun from this individual that's here be shooting Takeoff over here? For what? If Quavo is walking that way, does that make sense? And if you notice, like I told you before, fam, Quavo was not even defending his nephew. Right after the shooting, he's there on the floor tending to Takeoff. Well, where'd the shooter go? People, where did the shooter go? Based on the video footage, where did the shooter disappear to? Where? Where did he go? The shooter is down with Mob Ties. There's no other way around it, fam. There's no other way around it. You see what I mean? Let's roll the tape. Look at that angle. Look at this angle, fam. Takeoff had no chance. He was boxed in again. Quavo walked off. Quavo was out of the sight of fire. So if Clark and them brothers was beefing with Quavo, if there was some sort of disrespect, they would have shot Quavo in the back of his head. So why would TAKEOFF get killed and he's over here? He's standing up right here. How he get shot in his head? How he get shot multiple times? How? Because he was targeted, fam. How could a man, and remember what the news is saying. The news is saying that TAKEOFF was an innocent bystander. So if TAKEOFF was an innocent bystander, then who was the guilty bystander? Bars. They set that man up, fam. They set that man up, bro. How could TAKEOFF be an innocent bystander? Shouldn't everybody be an innocent bystander? And shout out to everybody that's supporting the stream. Appreciate everybody's support. You know what I'm saying? We at work. We're doing what we got to do. Appreciate everybody showing love. You know what I mean? It's encouraging. They set that man up. Quavo walked off and gave an alleged cue. He said, "Let me go before I hurt someone." How could you hurt someone and you don't got no gun? How could you hurt someone, Quavo, if you don't got no gun? You can't throw hands. You in another person's hood. Let's be reasonable here. Y'all not shooters. Y'all not gangsters. Y'all artists and performers. You're not in these streets. So I don't know what you talking about. You gonna hurt someone. Ain't no time to be talking greasy when you out of town. You in a whole nother city, bruh. You can't be talking greasy to a bunch of goons and shooters. You can't be doing that. I already done talked about this in my last stream. If you see a pit bull and the pit bull recognize that you doing something slick, the pit bull's gonna jump on you, bruh. Pit bulls can pick up on signs, and if you provoke a dog, that dog is gonna bite your ass. Do you understand? You can't. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Listen, a lot of you guys that are not really in these streets, you not no street dude, you not no thug, stay in your position, bro. Do what you do and lead the street dudes to what they do. But I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. A dude that's in the street and he's living that world, there's certain things you can't say. You say certain things, you're gonna trigger a reaction. That's just the way it is because he's gonna see it as a threat. He's gonna see it as you trying to take him out. But my thing is this. If Quavo made a threat, why they didn't take him out? They had ample opportunity to take him out. Why would you shoot TAKEOFF? A guy that's just on the sidelines chilling, ain't bothering nobody. He's the best Migo in the group, and he get taken out. And for some odd reason, Quavo lost his voice for a whole month. Listen, I already told you, brothers and sisters, man, pull your support from Quavo, bro. I told y'all to do this. Y'all playing games, man. Y'all can't be that die of a hard fan. Y'all supposed to be a fan of TAKEOFF at this point, man. He ain't have nobody to protect him, man. For a whole damn month, Quavo been quiet. He been quiet, haven't said a word for a whole month. And his loved one died? Now please tell me how the fuck could your family member die and for a whole month you quiet? I don't want to hear that you mourning for a whole month. I don't want to hear none of that, man. I don't want to hear none of that. You been quiet the whole damn time. But when you was over there at that scene, you were a little talkative. You were talkative there, but you wasn't asking questions on who the hell killed your nephew. So why all of a sudden you quiet now? How much they pay you, Quavo? How much they pay you? Did you take the oath? Was this in fact the blood sacrifice rituals and you had to sell out your nephew? What did you do, fam? Why you do it for? Why you do it, Quavo? Hey, yo, Quavo. Why you do it, bro? Quavo, why you did this to your nephew, fam? This is your nephew, bro. You grew up in the sandbox, bro. How you gonna do this to your nephew, bro? Like, that's foul, fam. For a whole month, you stay quiet. You haven't even addressed the public, bro. No statement, nothing. You ain't even tell the people, yo, what happened? What caused the argument? Did you lose money, bro? Did you have to pay somebody a bag and you ain't want to pay them and they beefing with you over some bread and they took out your nephew? Like, what's good, bro? You got to talk to the people, bro. Come on, man. What kind of investigators investigating this case, fam? I could have been did this job, bro. Y'all got to hold Quavo accountable, bro. He wasn't there to hold down his nephew, man. He just let this happen, bro. That's why I said when he said, "Let we go," before I have to hurt somebody. Those are some strong words to say. You can't say that type of stuff in front of shooters, bro. Remember, you a rapper. Those other guys are from the streets. They don't got money like that, but they hang around J. Prince Jr. because he got the money. So most likely them young ninjas are shooters. They're the ones who is the muscle. They're the ones that do the dirt for J. Prince Jr., allegedly. Why do you think Lil Cam got 2 attorneys? How does a broke man afford 2 attorneys to clear his name? You know what I'm saying? Listen, Lil Cam is tied to mob ties, bro. There's no way around that. He don't got money to hire no attorneys, bro. And why would they want to clear his name? He don't even got a good name to clear in the first place. They had to clear his name so that he don't implicate J. Prince Jr. Remember, if Lil Cam name got dirt on it, eventually that dirt gonna spill over on J. Prince Jr. Y'all gotta peep the game. I'm dropping nothing but gems, bro. You ain't gonna find nothing like this on YouTube nowhere. Nobody got this, bro. Let's go. This is crazy. See that? That's the entrance to the bowling alley. People were saying, oh, they was running out of the building. They wasn't running out of no damn building. They're on the 3rd floor. They're on the 3rd floor. That's the entrance to the bowling alley. You understand? This is the entrance to the bowling alley. They were in there rolling dice. And it's all on video because they got cameras in there. Right? So why the police and the investigators didn't show the public the footage? Why? You see what I'm saying? We seen people running in there once the bullets start flying. People were hiding by the wall all over here. So if a shooter wanted to really kill people, they could have killed people that were standing by. But it seemed like everybody was targeting Takeoff. The whole thing was against Takeoff. The police chief is allegedly involved because he keep pushing this narrative of Takeoff was an innocent bystander. That's a damn lie, chief. Takeoff was the target. You was a sloppy chief. And you need to step down, bro. Seriously. You sloppy, bro. Right? See how people coming out? See, they're coming out of the bowling alley. And that's so disrespectful, the way the Prince family went and got some damn flowers and stuff and posted it up over everybody's stuff after this man died. Come on, man. It's crazy. See that mess, that little shrine thing they set up? Come on, man. See that? How you gonna put that up there like that? You know? Think about how disrespectful that is, bro. Come on. The Prince family. Really? After he was smoked on y'all watch after checking in? Nah. It's crazy, man. It's craziness. See this mess? And see, that right there is not and. That little, it looked like an 8. That's not and. That's the infinity link. Y'all gotta put it all together. That's the infinity link. The truth of the matter, the way I'm seeing it, Takeoff didn't want to be a part of it. He didn't want to go through with the rituals. He didn't want to sell out. He didn't want to be a part of the contract. It could have been an alleged contract that needed to be signed. And that's the reason why they were invited out to this so-called party to talk business. And for whatever reason, TAKEOFF was like, look, fam, I'm not with it. I'm not with it, bruh. What do you mean you're not with it, fam? We gotta sign this contract. Nah, I'm not with that, yo. I'm trying to do my own thing, go to the next level. What? So hold up, you not down with mob ties? So hold up, you gonna stay with quality control? I need y'all to be on my team. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna do my own thing. Nah. I need you to be down with us, bruh. Nah, I'm not with that. Hey, yo, Quavo, man, I don't know why these guys trying to pressure me, but I'm not trying to do that, you know what I mean? I'm doing my own thing. Hey, yo, come on, let's just sign, bro. I don't want no problems, you know what I mean? Let's just sign, you know what I mean? Come on, sign. I'm not signing nothing, bro. F that. You know what I mean? I do my own thing. I don't need to do that. I'm going solo. Listen, bro. That's how they do it, fam. Oh, yeah. Clock is 33, 30 degree Mason. Put it all together. Y'all gotta put the puzzle together, man. It's deep. Right? Let's go. Let's get back to the tape. Look how they set up that shrine right there. Look at that. You see Jazz. You see Jazz right here. It's all mob ties. Right? Look at that. You see in the picture right there? This picture? You see the Prince brothers right there? That's the Prince brothers. Come on, man. After you kill a man, you set up this shrine and all of that? That's foul, bro. I'm telling you, bro. TAKEOFF didn't want to make the deal, bro. He said, F y'all, man. I'm not with it. I'm trying to do my own thing. But see, when people trying to get that bag off of you, they want you to sell your soul. He ain't want to do it. So they say, you know what? You got to check out. See that? You see that? You see Junior in the picture, right? Junior up in there too. You see Quavo? Wow. It's crazy. Let's continue with the walkthrough. So you got to go down the stairs to exit. So where the shooter bounced? Where the shooter had to go? You have adjoining buildings. Somebody could have sniped them. That was one scenario. Could have sniped the brother from some rooftop. It's a lot of things that could have went down. Because remember what I taught in the last couple of streams, that there was 2 shots that happened before the melee of bullets. There was 2 shots that happened. Before the melee of bullets happened, there was 2 shots. So where those shots came from, and it sounded like it came from far away. So it could have came from a rooftop. It could have came from somebody else that was posted up. And they took out TAKEOFF, and then everybody started shooting. And now, look what they did. They blamed or put the blame on this next brother. They put it on Clark. Come on, man. Y'all gotta put the puzzles together, bro. It's crazy. But I just wanted to show y'all this particular tape because it's important so you could gather the facts. We'll get back to that in a minute. But now remember, with this image up here, we could clearly see your boy Clark. All right, this is another scene here. Let me pause the tape. This is from the other side. This is from the other side. The other side of the bowling alley. So you could get another angle of how everything is. See that? And check out the cameras right there, fam. Check that out. Look at the cameras. You see the cameras right there? Come on, bro. This is crazy, man. Look at the cameras. Camera. What's good, bro? Why they don't got that footage for us? Where that footage at? Hey, yo, Chief, where the footage at? Why we don't got that footage? Come on, man. They bugging out. Based on this tape, it's very evident that the shooter is down with mob ties. Allegedly. Definitely. Well, why you saying definitely and allegedly? Because that's how you gotta talk on social media, dumbass. Look at the cameras. Come on, man. So the shooter had to run around to get out? He would've got shot. They would've, listen, everybody that was there seen who did it. See this? Look at it, you go inside, check it out. You go inside the bowling alley. They got cameras all up in there. See what I mean? See they got cameras up there? See the cameras? Cameras, these are 2 cameras. Look, 1, 2. So the camera sees everybody. Where's the footage? Why we got no footage? Come on, man. That police chief is dirty, bro. They dirty. There's cameras up in there, fam. That place is able to hold a lot of people. They spilled that man blood on the floor and gave him this. You see that? That's not and. It's not saying H-Town and Prince family. No. That's the cube, the so-called infinity link. That's why they turned it to the side. That's the tie that connects you to the mob ties. You understand? They not gonna get a footage. The police holding back the footage. They deleted the footage. They deleted everything. Because they knew social media was gonna be booming. They knew people like me were gonna be on the case to put things together. That's why they did this. They scrubbed that building, man. They scrubbed that building of all tapes, because there's cameras everywhere. See another camera right there? Camera. Come on, man. In order for you to exit that place, you gotta be on camera. So they got everybody on tape. Everybody. There's no way. There's no way you could leave that place. You understand? There's no way you could leave that facility without being on camera. You see the camera right there? You see how those people are walking back? Because you have to leave and you gotta walk past those cameras. It's either you take the steps or you take the escalator. See that? It's only one way out. And in order to get out of the building, you're gonna be on camera. See, look at that. Another camera. Check that out, fam. Check it out. Look at that. Boom. Another camera. So once you jump on that escalator, that camera got you on tape. So where the footage at? Where the footage? You know? They got all that footage and they ain't showing us the people nothing. They keeping us in the dark. But then now they want to pin it on Patrick Clark. See, the only way out is down that damn escalator. So you're gonna get on camera either way. See that? And if the shooter was running to leave, why nobody ain't chase him and kill him? Because it's an inside job, bruh. Takeoff was targeted, bro. The innocent man in the clique was targeted. Most likely because he ain't want to comply with certain demands
They probably tried to extort the man allegedly. Look at that, another camera right there, boom. As soon as you get off the elevator, the so-called escalator, another camera, boom. You gonna tell me none of those cameras work? You gonna tell me all the cameras in the mall don't work? That's what you want me to believe? Come on, bruh. They know exactly what they doing. They lined up Takeoff, man, the cool brother. Stayed out of trouble, never heard him beefing, you know, and they take him out. You understand? So again, if you're joining in the show, do me a favor and click that like button to support the stream so we can get that algorithm popping. Now again, this right here is an image showing the key players, right? Let me load down this thing right here. This picture with Junior. Load this thing down, right? Now, we see white hoodie dude. He was the dude that was right across from Quavo when Quavo was arguing. In the middle with the white hat right in front of Migo Bands. This white spot right there, that's Mike Prince. That's Mike Prince right there. He was in the middle, kind of mediating between Quavo and this dude over here. So what does Clark have to do with this? And what does Chucky have to do with this? This is the diversion being set up. The diversion, fam. Takeoff is right there. See the dark shades? Takeoff had the dark shades on. Migo Bands had the burner hot and ready. He was looking at this dude. He was looking at him. He was looking at Chucky. He kept his eye that way. So what's really going on? And why these guys didn't get no bullets? If he got a burner on him, if Migo Bands got a burner, why these guys right here didn't get burned? Bars. They lined him up, bro. They lined him up, man. All those guys were hitters. All of them. That's why they cleared Lil Cam. They gotta protect Lil Cam. Remember, Lil Cam was there when Duke the Jeweler got taken out. So of course he's down with mob ties. So they had to protect him. He's one of their so-called comrades, to say the least. They gotta protect a hitter. You don't want one of your team to get caught up in the system. That's bad for business. You know he gonna talk. Skinny, thin, 22-year-old dude ain't gonna last one day in prison. They gonna be punking him around. You know what I mean? Have him washing drawers and Fruit of the Looms. So they say, you know what, let's hire him 2 lawyers so they could clear his name, because if we could clear Lil Cam name, it's gonna clear mob ties. You see that? And all while this is happening, where Quavo at? Why we don't see Quavo talking about, hey, I'm glad they got Clark? Why we don't see Quavo saying, I'm thankful that my nephew is getting justice? Come on, man. Quavo don't got no love for Takeoff, fam. I know that's cold. I know a lot of you get mad at me, but I'm just speaking this from a street politic mindset. At this moment, Quavo don't care, bro. He is happy that Takeoff is out of the way. Now he could do what he always wanted to do. Because as far as I'm concerned, Takeoff was the main guy in the group. He had that power of attorney to make all the decisions. By him being out of the way, now Quavo can do what the fuck he wanna do. Y'all gotta understand that. Takeoff was the guy that showed these guys how to rap. Takeoff was the guy that was producing music. Do you understand me? Why do you think Offset left the team? He left the team because they were beefing all day in that group. There was a lot of drama. All you saw was the bling, the money, the cars, and the hoes, and this and that and that. That's all you saw. But behind the scene, them brothers was beefing. And Takeoff, being that he was quiet, he had to endure the constant fighting. And that's why Offset left. And then he want to show fake love by showing up at the funeral, talking like he believe in God. Negro, you don't follow God. Bars. Listen, without Takeoff, you don't got no more amigos. Takeoff was the only way they can get to the top. Bars. Takeoff was the only way those guys was gonna make it to the top. Do you understand me? In my other video where I broke down the messy video, I also broke down the song Nothing Changed. Takeoff distinctly said, when you get a little change, watch how your friends change. He was talking about Quavo the whole time. He was talking about his own team. You know what I mean? They thought he was a dummy. They thought he was a clown, like he didn't know that they were gonna line him up. He knew that. I broke it down in the video. You understand? They did this brother dirty, man. Dirty. They lined him up, created a diversion, and literally canceled his car. Canceled his ticket. Sad situation. But now, they want you to believe that this guy, oh yeah, that's Clark. He's in court. Yeah, Clark is in court, facing the judge. Let's check it out. He's facing that judge, and for whatever reason, it's getting real. But let me see this for a second. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. This was the video. Okay. All right, that's that. All right. So now, this is the crime scene down there. All right. Let's play the tape. Play the tape, find out what the news got to say regarding this issue. Let me see. Let's go. Hold on a second. I turned down the volume. Okay. I turned down the volume. Let me put the volume back up. All right.
In court at this moment.
Let me rewind it back.
First tonight and happening right now, the man accused of killing Migos rapper Takeoff is facing a judge. This is a live look at Patrick Clark in court at this moment, having his rights read to him as we speak. And investigators believe they caught him before he had a chance to flee to Mexico.
Now, they said he had a chance. They caught him before he had a chance to flee to Mexico. Now, watch how we put the puzzles and the lies together. You folks that was watching the live last night, y'all saw when we were examining the tapes of the press conference with the so-called chief of police. He was asked the question, was Clark trying to flee? You remember that? And he ignored the question. And we was also said last night that Clark was arrested again. Now, how was Clark arrested twice? That mean the first time they arrested Clark was allegedly, possibly in the middle of November. And for whatever reason, they didn't have nothing on him. So they had to let him go. They had to let the brother go. So now they want you to believe that he was trying to flee to Mexico. Now, this is the new narrative now. Listen, people, if I know that we lining up a brother to take him out, I'm going to already have my emergency passport set already. It's going to be already set. I'm not going to file some paperwork to try to get it after I commit the crime. That's dumb. And if he was already arrested, right, and let go by the Houston PD, then he wouldn't be able to get a passport to go anywhere because he can't go anywhere. Do you follow me? Bars. If you are being questioned for a crime of a shooting, of a murder, you can't get up and leave the country. So now they trying to spin it that Clark was trying to get a passport to flee to Mexico. Really? Isn't that the same place where the young lady, Shanquella, was allegedly murdered? Why is everybody flying and fleeing to Mexico? To hide? That's what they trying to say, to get your emotions. They doing that because they want you to believe that Clark committed the murder and was ready to flee. But now, check this out, fam. Let's start using some damn sense. If all of this happened right after Quavo and them dropped the Messy video, right after Halloween, and Clark allegedly murdered Takeoff for no apparent reason, right? Why would it take Clark a whole month to figure out that it's time to flee? It's not making no sense. Let me tell you something, fam. Let me tell you something. In the hood, when a shooter murders somebody, he already done know he got to go into hiding for a while. They got to tuck him away. Everybody knows that if you in the streets. If a brother got killed and it's like a real serious killing, you gotta go hide because they're gonna be looking for people. So you can't be nowhere around. So how is it that they want us to believe that Mr. Clark murdered Takeoff and waited a whole month, and then at the end of the month, now that we in December, now they want us to believe that they arrested him just the other day on the 2nd, right? Because they figure, oh yeah, he had a passport and he was getting ready to flee to Mexico. Come on. It's a damn lie. He never fled nowhere. Because based on the news reports, when they arrested him, it was without any sort of violence. He just kindly just came into their hands and just did what they needed to do. But they got to spin that narrative to make him look like a horrible, vicious animal. The way I see this, ladies and gentlemen, and I talked about this in my last stream, Clark is the fall guy. And they may have allegedly paid off his family to make sure that they're good so that he could do the bid. Now he gonna be gone for a long time. But he don't mind because he's looking at it like, hey, if anything, I'll get a good deal. And remember, they didn't say how long he gonna be put away. We don't know that. We don't got that information yet, fam. Remember, we don't got that info yet. Oh yeah. This guy might end up getting a certain deal. Let's put it all together. He might be getting a certain deal where he get a certain amount of years. Do you understand me? Because remember, the Prince family is basically in hiding right now. Nobody's talking about them in the media. The news media is not even, the news media didn't even mention the Prince family, bro. The news media didn't even mention the Prince family. Why? Who's paying for Lil Cam's attorney? They didn't even tell you where the money come from. How could a guy get caught on 2 counts of gun possession, fake IDs, and robbing automobiles, but yet he got money to afford an attorney? 2 of them at that? Come on. That money is coming from a source. But notice why the chief of police ain't talking about it. Why nobody's talking about who's paying for this attorney? 2 attorneys, 2 high-profile attorneys that are designed to clear names. Now, you know, when you got an attorney that can clear your name, it's not really your name they trying to clear. They're not trying to clear Lil Cam name, because Lil Cam ain't nobody. What they're doing is essentially clearing his name to clear any ties to mob ties. Bars. See what I'm saying? Let's get back to the tapes.
33-year-old Clark is charged with murder after police say he opened fire during an argument over a dice game at a party Takeoff was attending in downtown Houston.
Why would he open fire because of a dice game when Takeoff had nothing to do with the dice game and he had nothing to do with the argument? Why would he target Takeoff? Come on. This doesn't make any sense. What was the motive? Why the chief of police didn't tell us what the motive is? There's always a motive, right? There's always a motive. What's the motive? I don't think he's going to get 20 years. I don't think they're going to give him 20 years. I think this guy is going to have a sentence that's more than 10, probably about 15, the most, and it's going to shock everybody. They might not even tell you. They might not even tell you what he's getting. They might keep that on the hush because it's a deal and they gotta quiet the public down. You gotta understand, man, they might give this guy no time. They might just give him a little time, bro. This is a dirty world. They might give this guy a little time. 8 years, 9 years. Because what evidence do they got? Like, seriously, what evidence do they got that put a gun in his hand? Where's the tapes? Normally when you got a shooting, they'll show us the video footage. How many times we seen people shoot people on camera and the news media show us the footage and they blur the person shooting the gun, but they show us who's doing it. So why they ain't showing us? Come on.
Was hit even though police say he had nothing to do with that dice game or the argument.
If he had nothing to do with the dice game or the argument, why is he dead? What would be the motive of killing this man? He did nothing wrong. You see that? Let's go.
Live outside the Harris County Jail in downtown Houston with the latest. Matt?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could tell from that live video, but he was chaperoned by about 10 officers. That's not normally how things go.
Hold up. He said that's not normally how things go. He was chaperoned about with 10 officers. Why? He said that's not normal of how things go. Why? Because all of this is staged, people. They giving this particular guy special treatment. He's chaperoned by 10 officers. That's normally not how they do it. That's when you pay money to protect. I believe that Mr. Clark is also being protected, allegedly, by mob ties. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Over here, we're told that he was separated from all of the other inmates and made his appearance very last.
So hold up, wait a minute now. He was separated from all the other inmates and made his appearance last. Why? Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Put the puzzle together. He was separated from all the other inmates. This is called special treatment. They didn't treat him like a normal criminal. They gave him special treatment. Let me give you a little example of how it is in court. When you're in court, it's very embarrassing. Number one, if you're in court for anything, it's embarrassing, right? But they gave him special treatment. He was the last one in the court to see the judge, which means nobody else was in the room, as you can see in that video. And they separated him from all the other inmates. That's called protection. Because if he's there with other inmates and those inmates are fans of Takeoff, they may want to swing on him, they may want to do something to him, but for whatever the situation is, they separated him from everybody else. Why? Because wherever this guy gonna do some time, if he even do time, because for all you know, they could do all of this for the cameras and send that guy on back home. Oh yeah, protective custody, there you go. There you go. That's right. Protective custody. That's right. Protective custody. They could just be doing all of this for the cameras and then send him back home so he could be doing his time at home. House arrest. You'd never know, fam. This is a dirty world.
Patrick Clark stood before a judge for the first time as he was read the charges against him. Last night, Houston police say they arrested Clark here in East Harris County.
Within a couple hours, I would say half the parking lot here was full of the police officers' cars.
Police officers' cars was in the parking lot?
Dillo was here at Papa John's making pizzas when suddenly dozens of officers flooded the parking lot.
So the officers flooded the parking lot. How would they know to be at this particular parking lot? Why would the police come to this parking lot by the pizza shop? Now, there's two ways you can put this. It could be that they had surveillance on him, watching Clark the whole time and knew where he was going. Or it could be that Mr. Clark worked at the pizza shop. I mean, how could they know that he's there? That mean they was following him, or they have surveillance on him, or he was just working at his job. Now, how could a man be at his 9 to 5 working while knowing that he murdered a man and he's just conveniently at his job working? It's not making any sense. Let's rewind this back a little bit. Let's go.
Suddenly, dozens of officers flooded the parking lot.
But we saw the officers going inside and putting on bulletproof vests and armor and all kinds of vests. Pretty much looked like they were getting ready for some kind of raid.
Houston police say Clark...
Vests? They were putting on vests and armor and everything? That sounds very, very suspect, fam. Very suspect when you really think about it. Let's go.
Getting ready for some kind of raid.
Houston police say Clark was taken into custody without incident.
He was taken into custody without incident, which means he wasn't violent. He wasn't violent. But they're saying that he was trying to flee to Mexico. That's what they said.
At a news conference today, police wouldn't give many details about the case or what led them to suspect Clark was the rapper's killer.
Yeah, how do they suspect him to be the killer? This is what we talked about in the last stream. What evidence places Clark with a gun in his hand? Where's the evidence, Chief? Where are you getting this information from? Because nobody that was there at the event talked. No one. So how did you put the pieces together to pin it on this guy? Come on, Chief. Talk to us. How much is the Prince family allegedly paying you? How much? How much? How is it that this man is being charged with murder with no evidence, no proof? How? Where's the tapes? Where's the videos? Where's the fingerprints? Where's the shell casings? Where did he purchase the weapon? Whose weapon did he have? During the press conference, one of the reporters asked, is it possible that Lil Cam gave Clark his gun? And the chief ignored the question, dodged it. Why? Because there's a possibility that the gun that Lil Cam had belongs to mob ties, which will implicate J. Prince Jr. Bars. Why do you think they're trying to clear Lil Cam? You understand? How come the police is not looking at the footage with Lil Cam at the scene of Duke the Jeweler when he got taken out? Why the police not investigating that? Bars. You see that? Let's go.
HPD Chief Troy Finner said Takeoff was not the intended target outside of the downtown bowling alley.
If he was not the intended target, then who was? If Takeoff was not the intended target, then who was? I'm tired of these people using this crazy language of he was not the intended target. Then who was? Who was the intended target? Do you see how when you ask these clear-cut questions, you can't get answers for it? who was the intended target? Because if the intended target was Quavo, why did Quavo not get shot? And why he was allowed to go home? He was standing right there after Takeoff was killed. So if he was the intended target, then why nobody ain't finished the job? Let's just finish the job. Okay, we took out Takeoff. Let's take out Quavo too. Let's finish the job. They didn't finish the job because he was not the intended target. So then who was the intended target? Why the news media keeps saying he was not the intended target and he was an innocent bystander? Then who was the target? Why were these men shooting? And why is it that Lil Cam and Clark are the only ones on TV? Why Migo Bands is not on TV when it was clearly exposed by TMZ that he is a man of interest because he had a burner in his hand, hot and ready. Bars. Why Migo Bands is not on the news media? He had a gun, he was shooting a gun. What about his shell casings? Why nobody's talking about that?
At night.
Definitely wrong place at the wrong time.
What do you mean the wrong place at the wrong time? What do you mean the wrong place at the wrong time? Okay, Chief, let's talk about that. If Takeoff was at the wrong place at the wrong time, are you suggesting that Jay Prince Jr. was wrong for having the private party? Are you saying that the Migos should have never been there? Because you said it was the wrong place at the wrong time. So why are you not talking about Jay Prince Jr.? Why are you not talking about the Prince family? Why are you not talking about their involvement in the murder, Chief? Why you are ignoring the facts? Why are you protecting Jay Prince Jr.? Listen, I could read through this BS, man. This so-called chief of police is embedded with the Prince family, allegedly, and it's all over his damn face. His job is to protect the Prince family's image. There is so much crime in these streets. There's so much bloodshed in these streets, and they are protected. Imagine a broke dude like Lil Cam got 2 high-profile attorneys clearing his name. How is that even possible when you don't got no bread? Come on, man. He's being protected. Bars! I'm trying to show you the game, man. You ain't gonna find no content like this nowhere on YouTube, so get the likes up on the video, fam. We got 900 in the building, almost 1,000. Let's get them likes up, fam. Support the stream, man. Let's go.
It was a private party. There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside.
So how did he end up getting killed? If there was a lucrative dice game, he was not arguing. Why you're not talking about Quavo? Quavo was his partner in the Migos. Am I not correct? Could you do me a favor, chat? Maybe I'm just slow, but wasn't Quavo Amigo in the group? Put a 1 in the chat if Quavo was a part of the Migos. I need to know, because maybe I'm just slow and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because everybody seems to be talking about this argument that Takeoff wasn't involved in, but it seemed like all of these homicide investigators, they're not even uttering the name Quavo. They didn't even utter his name. They didn't even mention his name. They didn't even say, well, his uncle Quavo was arguing with another man. They didn't even mention his name up to now. They haven't even mentioned his name, bro. This is crazy.
He was not armed.
Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene. Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Not one person stuck around to give police a statement of what they saw. So how could the chief find it in his heart that Mr. Clark is the shooter? Where did he get that info from? Because he just said that everyone was seen on camera fleeing the scene. What camera? So hold up, now you got surveillance? Let's rewind that back.
Not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Wow.
From the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene. Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Wow.
Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene.
Videos.
Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Wow, wow.
Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene. Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Not one person stuck around to give police info on what they saw. So if nobody stuck around, then how could anybody know that Lil Cam had a gun on him? If nobody stuck around to give their information on what took place for the police, then how could Lil Cam get caught up and arrested on 2 counts of carrying a firearm? Who told the police that? Because they just finished saying that the people were on camera fleeing the scene. That's what they said. So we'll wind that back. Let's get it on the tape. Let's go.
He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed.
Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene.
Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene. That's what he just said. Videos from the aftermath show witnesses fleeing the scene. Well, if they're fleeing the scene, shouldn't you policemen be able to track them down and find out their whereabouts so that you can question every last one of them? Why would they be fleeing the scene? And if the facility has cameras, shouldn't you have all of their faces? Where's the footage of them fleeing the scene? We see people staying at the scene. Based on the footage, people stayed and remained at the scene. What are they talking about? People stayed right there. The news media is saying that people left. They just left fleeing the scene. But on the tapes that we've seen, people went walking back into the bowling alley. They stayed right around. So why weren't everybody questioned and brought down to the precinct for questioning? Y'all gotta get y'all stories right, fam. People better thank God that we have the internet where people are actually able to break things down and make sense of these things, because if we just rely on the media, man, we'll be doomed. Let's go.
Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw.
Not one person stuck around to give the police a statement on what they saw. So out of all those people that claim they love Takeoff, including Quavo himself didn't stick around to give police information on what he saw. Wow. Wow. You see how this is, man? Yo, Quavo, bro. I know you listening to my live stream right now. I know you listening, bro. I know you listening. It's 8 in the morning, fam. I know you up listening to this live, Quavo. I know you tuning in. Why you did this to your nephew, bro? Why you did this to him, fam? Is there a possibility, Quavo, you was jealous of your nephew? Why you did this to him, bro? It's your nephew, fam. You grew up in the sandbox, bro. Y'all ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a kid, bro. Y'all played Nintendo, fam. Come on. How you gonna do this to him, fam? What was this about, bro? Why don't you come into public and talk? You scared, bro? Did mob ties threaten you? Did they threaten your life? You ain't come out yet to talk to the public, bruh. Okay, Quavo, check it out. The chief said they got the shooter. They got Patrick Xavier Clark in custody. Okay, come on out now and start talking. They got the shooter. You gonna come out now, Quave, or you gonna stay in hiding like a pussy? Which one? Cause I don't trust you, bro. I'm telling you straight up and down. If that was my family member and we was there, we gonna die together, bars. I'm just letting you know. We dying together. It's not gonna be me coming back home living with the guilt. We're gonna have to die together. Cause if I see my nephew on the floor in a pool of blood, everybody there getting it. I don't care who there is. Somebody gonna get it. You gonna pay. Somebody paying because obviously you had to see who shot your nephew. So why you ain't talking about this, Quave? Why you ain't stand up and flip out? If they gonna take your nephew out, let them take you out too. At least you died an honorable death. And eventually the public will implicate the Prince family because here's the thing. If they took out Quavo and they took out TAKEOFF, that would leave mob ties exposed completely. You see that? Oh man, I don't think you get it. If they took out Quavo and TAKEOFF the same night, the entire mob ties would have been in prison. Because it would have came out that they invited them to the party and they got murdered at a private party. It would have fell all on Junior. That is why they kept Quavo alive. They trying to spin this as if though they weren't trying to harm the Migos. TAKEOFF just got hit with a stray bullet. Really? 3 times? How do you get shot 3 times on accident? Please explain that to me. It's not making any sense. But let's go.
The chief once again requested those who saw it happen come forward.
We know who was on the scene, and we will be contacting.
Hold up. The chief just said we know who was on the scene and we'll be contacting them. Okay, chief. Please tell the general public, when have you contacted Quavo? You see that? If you're gonna contact anybody, you should at least be contacting the so-called uncle. So why you ain't contact him? Chief, why you ain't contact J. Prince Jr.? Why? You see, the chief is trying to talk heavy, but the truth be told, he's full of cap. Cause he ain't trying to contact nobody. We just heard the news folks said everybody fled the scene and they weren't cooperating with police. Nobody left no statements with the officers. So if that's the case, and they all left, how is it that you know who they are? You just told on yourself, fam. You just told us that you got access to the cameras and you know what everybody look like. He been paid off, man. The chief been allegedly compromised already. Bars. Do you understand me? The chief know what went down. He just said, basically that he's wanting everybody to come forward. That's what he want. But nobody's gonna come forward. He said, if not, we know who you are. We know who they are. How you know who they are, but you ain't contact Junior or Quavo or Migo bands? You don't think they know who shot the man? You wasting a lot of time. Let's go.
Reaching out and finding those individuals. This is a murder.
Wow. Sad. Sad, bro.
Again, Patrick Clark is making his first court appearance right now. We'll let you know what happens on KHOU.com. Earlier, we mentioned that investigators were concerned that he might flee to Mexico. Well, according to the court documents, Clark recently applied for an expedited passport. When he was arrested, prosecutors found him with a Mexico itinerary and a bunch of cash.
Wow. So now they want us to believe that he just applied to get a passport to go to Mexico. And he had a bunch of cash. Sounds to me like somebody was paid off. But I'm gonna tell you something right now, fam. I don't believe nothing the media is saying about this, because it makes no logical sense. Why would I have cash? Why would I have a bag of cash? Not in today's day. There's no need to have cash. All you gotta do is just wire the money to my account. All you gotta do is just put the money in my account. That's all you gotta do. If I did a job and I'm getting paid, all you gotta do is just wire the money to my account. But see, if you wire the money to the account, that would connect mob ties. Right? You see what I'm saying? So they ain't want no traces. But still, there's ways. Even though certain things will get traced, there's ways you could clean that money up and transfer that bread to somebody's account. There's ways to do it, fam. They do it all the time. But my point is this. They want you to believe that Mr. Clark was planning on fleeing to Mexico. That's not possible, because based on what the chief said earlier, based on what he said that he was arrested again. That's what the chief said. He said that Clark was arrested again, which means they arrested him one time already. So if they already arrested him one time, they most likely took away any privileges that man could have to flee the country. So I don't know what they're talking about. It's not making any sense. So why are they trying to spin this narrative that he was getting ready to flee to Mexico with a bag of money? How you gonna board the plane with a bag of money? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna board a plane with a bag of money to Mexico? Okay, whatever you say. Listen, you board a plane with a bunch of money in your bag, man. That's a red flag. They're gonna hold you back and try to figure out where you get all this money from, bro. Come on, man. Y'all gotta think clear, bro. It's not making no sense. You know what I mean? This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. I don't know who made up this damn lie, but it's just sick, bro.
Back to you.
We'll pick it up from here. Matt Doherty reporting tonight. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Bringing you some early morning content. You know what I'm saying? We got 1,040 in the building. If y'all can do me a favor, if y'all enjoyed the stream, y'all been rocking with the show all this time, do me a favor and click that like button, bro. Let's get those likes to 1,000, fam. Show some support. All this work I just finished doing, show some support, fam. Click that like button. Let's get those likes up. You know? People put in work like this, fam. The least you could do is click the like button and show some love. Because you ain't going to get this kind of content nowhere else. Ain't nobody's giving you this type of information, bro. Unless everybody that's in the clouds is actually against TAKEOFF. I want to know, are you a fan of TAKEOFF or are you a fan of mob ties? I need to know, like which crowd do we have in the building? I don't know. I mean, it don't cost you nothing to click that like button, fam. It don't cost you not $1. So I'm assuming now, I'm gonna have to assume that the majority of people in the clouds is a part of mob ties. I'm gonna have to assume that, because if you had love for TAKEOFF, you would have love for what I'm doing by bringing out this information. I don't know, man. This is a crazy world, bro. Seriously. Anyway, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man, because our people be tripping, bro. Like, seriously, man. If you got love for TAKEOFF, hit the like button, bro. I shouldn't even have to say this, fam. All this information I brought out, all the details, all the knowledge, insight. Come on, bro. And see, this is what I'm saying, fam. Like, our people, we don't get no support. And this is why Takeoff is not able to get the proper justice he need, because our people don't support one another, bro. Think about this. I've been fighting for this case since the beginning, pushing our people. Go out there and protest. Go out there and boycott the bowling alley. We got to get results. We got to see the actual footage. Nobody moved, bro. Nobody moved. And now look, this is crazy, bro. Anyway, I'm going to get up on out of here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe today to Ringo TV Reactions, the best reactionary channel on YouTube. There is no other. We are #1 when it comes to reactionary videos. Nobody else could do a better job. Nobody. Nobody could give you better commentary and criticism like Ringo TV. Bars. You understand? So, I'm gonna get on out of here. Do what I gotta do. Yeah. So y'all stay safe. It is what it is. We'll be back with more content. Ringo TV. Reactions. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel today. Ringo TV. Reactions. Yeah. Peace to the mods. Peace to the chat. Peace to the people in the clouds. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.